final video for our custom furnace. We're almost done. Almost done. We actually have 2 more methods that we need to create, and then we're going to be all done with this. And then it's going to be on to something new. Something new. A couple of things that I'm kind of excited about. One that I'm, it's more just, hey, let's just do this to do it. The other one I'm actually really excited about. But that'll be in the update video that I put out a little bit later. So let's jump into our main block class. And, I actually, my wife watched the last video, and I got into a little bit of trouble. Too many F words. She said it was a little much. So I said, okay, I'll keep them down this episode. Side.client, because we're going to be doing some rendering, and that only occurs on the client side. And what we're specifically going to be rendering is our random display tick. And this, my friends, is particles. We are going to have particles coming out of our oven. So we're going to say world.world. We're going to need some positional stuff. And random. So how do we start? Well, what we want to say is, if of course this block is active, we're going to want to do something, right? Specifically, we're going to be wanting to have these ticks, or not these ticks, excuse me, these little particles jumping out. We're going to say int direction equals world dot get block metadata, and that is going to be on our coordinates. So we're going to say x, y, z, like so. The next thing we need to do is we need to do a float, and we're going to do x1, which is going to be equal, and we're going to cast this as a float. Float will be x plus 0.5 float, and I'll kind of explain what these are here in a second. If I'm sure, I have a pretty good idea of exactly what these are doing. And really what they are is how far out do these particles appear. So like when you look at the furnace, right, the particles actually appear in front of the furnace. We do need y. And so by setting our x-axis and our z-axis, it actually has them come out a little bit. Random dot next float. Like so, and then this one, if you're following along, it's pretty straightforward. Cast z as a float plus, and again we're going to do 0.5 f, but the z needs to be little z. We're going to say float f equals 0.52 float. We're going to say float f1 equals random dot next float times 0.6 float minus 0.3 float, like so. And if we were to actually be so bold, last time I tried to take us into the vanilla code, it kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole. It was too much. It was too much. If you watched the video, you saw my editing aspect on that. Function that. Function this. Update block furnace state. Break block. That's the next one we're going to do. Random display tick. So here, really, what you're seeing is I'm just getting. I'm really just copying vanilla code. When I do that, this is what we're going to do next. We're going to say if, and we did direction, okay, which is essentially our coordinates. So if direction equals 4, right? World dot spawn. Come on. I always like to make sure that spawn particle, that method is actually available to me. We are going to do, in quotes, smoke, and we're going to cast this as a double, and we are going to say x1 minus f, and this one is going to be again cast as a double, and we are going to say y1, yeah, that needs to be in quotes as well, y1, and this needs to be not in quotes, in parentheses. This one needs to be in parentheses as well. This one again cast as a double, open up another parentheses bracket there. It's going to be z1 plus f1, and then these guys are going to be pretty easy because it's going to be 0 double, 0 double, 0 double, just like so. Now, so we have smoke and then we also have flame. Really, these two things are exactly the same, with the exception that rather than having smoke, we are going to have flame. Coordinates are the same. I'm a little anxious to get this wrapped up, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to copy it 3 more times. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change the conditions of our if statement. So this will be if 5. This one will be if 2. And this is really like, what face are you looking at? What face of the block? Remember, I think 0 is top, or 1 is top, 0 is bottom. 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the sides, right? The sides that face outward on your Z and X axes. So these parts are the same on all of them. Really what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to tune up essentially these coordinates right here. So rather than being a minus on these, we're going to have a plus. And over here we are going to have y1 is the same across all 4 of these. This one is correct as well, z1 plus f1. So down to here, these are going to be pluses as well. And this one is going to be a minus, like so. This bottom one right here is actually going to be a plus, like so. And then these are a plus as well. That's weird, because this one will be the same as that one. 2, 2, 2. Am I looking at this right? Let's look at this. Plus and plus, plus and minus, plus and plus, minus plus. And I have minus plus, plus and plus, plus and minus, plus and plus. Yep, good. We're good. We're good. And but you know what? That's actually it. That's that method. Let's jump in and take a peek. We have no alabaster oven. Inifwa. I was tinkering around in here because of some of the stuff that I'm going to be doing. That's going to be coming up. You know what? I need to look at that too. Let's put that there. Let's just cook some cobblestone. So there you see. Yeah, we've got that. We're going to face them a different direction, and again we're going to put more stuff in here to cook. Oh, you see that? Something's buggy. appearing on one side. Those are facing the right way, but it looks like they're not facing the correct way that way. Alright, let's jump in and look once again at this code. Oh, you know what I didn't do? On these are actually supposed to be ones right there, and these are supposed to be just F's right here. Got ahead of myself. Let's try that now. We're going to have to reload the code, unfortunately, and we're going to actually just debug this time because we're going to be back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, in and out of here. Colormatic. We're looking good. Particles, baby. Yeah, I like it. So you'll actually see the flame particles and the smoke particles there popping up. And because of the angle at which we see them, they're actually always like the bottom to top of the image is always perpendicular to our angle. So if we want to see what they look like in all their glory right there, get down on their level, just fill that in there. So there we have it. We have all of these bad boys. But again, the problem that we have is if we were to dig one of these, and you'll see that I still haven't. I need to fix that max stack. What? $791.80. You know what? I know what this is. One of these is the active one. Oh, duh. That's because we haven't done our break block yet. So, none of the items that we did popped out of there. Let's actually do this real fast, because I mentioned this in the last episode, and we didn't actually do it. So let's go up to our main modding class. We are going to go to our right here, and we are going to say set hardness, and that is going to be 3.5 floats. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to say set hardness is going to be 3.5 floats, just like so. So we did that. Our break block, you'll notice that none of the items popped out. So that's really what our break block is going to do. And when we break, so let's do a little test here. I'm betting that this 179 is our inactive and that the 180 is our active. So we'll do this. See, it takes a little bit longer. So inactive, right? Let's place you know what, let's just place one of these down and see what happens. Yeah, it's still burning, see? And of course, because we set that hardness, it takes a little bit longer to do. Yep, so that's what the deal is. This 179 is an inactive, and this one is an active. And that'll fix on it when we do our on block update. But we want to make sure that it spills out all the correct items, right? When we do this, we have all of this stuff, all these loots in here, but when we dig it up, none of those loots pop out, and we need to make sure that they do. And that's our break block. Our break block. Didn't I have a tag for that? Or like a to-do? I didn't. Seems like I only had one for the random display tick. So, let's do our break block, and then we are done with our custom furnace. We get to sit back and have a cocktail. I'm having a Pepsi myself. All I wanted was a Pepsi. It X, int Y. We're doing coordinates again in C. This is actually going to be block, which we will affectionately name old block. And then we're going to have int old metadata. Do we need import block? Nope, we're good on there. So, kind of a big one, this method. Kind of a big one. So, we have this variable up here, keep inventory, right? So we're going to be taking advantage of that as well. So when we do these update statuses and we're swapping them in and out, right? When it stops cooking and it goes to the idle form, we keep the inventory, right? Make sure that inventory doesn't drop off. So what we're going to do is we are going to say if the invert of keep inventory, we want to say tile entity alabaster oven. Good grief. Alabaster oven is just going to go into tile entity. And change to, yep. And that is going to equal that, like so. Does it actually want me to import this? Or no, it just doesn't like what I'm doing. World.get tile entity on our X, our Y, and our Z axes. Like so. And we're going to say if sticky keys. Shush. I was thinking about it and I just kept hitting the shift key there. If tile entity does not equal null. So if tile entity actually has something in it, right, we are going to go through a for loop, and we're going to start out with I, of course. It's going to equal, we need one of these, I equals 0, and we're going to say as long as I is less than tile entity get stack and slot, so it's going through it's going through each of these. Bless America. Get stack and slot for I. So really what we're doing in this is this for loop is we're just cruising through and making sure that we're getting all of these. No, we don't want an I. We want it to look like this, I++. Like so. Tile entity dot get stack and slot. Go. Get size inventory. I got ahead of myself on my lines here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the size of our inventory, right? Which in this particular case we have 3 slots, right? So it's going to go through each one of these slots and it's going to create an item stack for them. So we're going to say item stack. We'll just name it item stack. It's going to equal tile entity dot get stack in slot for I. Right, so really what we're doing is we're going through each time and we're putting whatever is in that slot into an item stack. And then we say that if our item stack is not equal to null, so if there's something in it, we are going to set some stuff up here. Float f will equal this dot rand. Have I not done rand yet? Next float. I don't think I've done rand up in our up top 0.8. Well, we'll finish this line and then we'll go do it 0.1 float. Yep, we haven't done that. Yep, haven't done that. But that's okay because it's easy to do. Private, random, rand equals new random. I don't know if we're going to have to import this or not. Nope, looks like it's already imported. So we have no more down here. So let's head back. There we go. These ones, we're actually going to have 3 of these, and they're pretty much going to be the same, except we're going to have F1 and F2. While, we haven't used one of these yet, I don't think. So while the item stack is not equal to null, we are going to, no, I'm off on my lines again. Look at my notes here. While item stack dot stack size is greater than 0, we're going to say int j equals this dot rand. Hold on a sec here. Big sneeze. Actually made it to my mute button in time. This dot rand dot next int 21 plus 10. If j is greater than item stack dot stack size, we want to say j equals item stack dot stack size, like so. Down here, item stack dot stack size dot stack size minus equals j. So entity item, we'll just name this item, is going to equal new entity item for our world. We're going to cast double no. So under the weather today, it's not even amusing. X plus F, comma, gosh, what is this next part? Is it X plus F, Y plus F1, Z plus F2? Okay. Okay, just had to think about it here. We're just going to dump these in. Y plus F1, Z plus F2, but there's something that I'm still needing to be doing here, and that is I need these to be together. And I am not doing that yet. You see it's actually giving me the little error message right here because open, close, close. So it's like, what are you opening? What are you closing? There we go. New item stack. Item stack dot get item, comma j, comma stack, item stack dot get item damage. And we have a grip of quotes here that we should be closing up. You have an error. You have an error right there. Because we should have an extra one of these right here, I'm thinking. Yeah, it didn't need that because it should have been down here. That's right. Pause and take a look at that line. Make sure that you get that in there. Everything is snappy. If item stack dot has tag compound, we are going to say item dot get entity item dot set tag compound nbt tag compound set tag compound actually need that there, and we're going to say item stack dot get tag compound dot copy dot copy, close it up. There we go. What's left? Yes, world dot spawn entity in world item. This is what's actually dumping the items out into the world. What we need to do is we need to go down 1, 2, 3 braces to right here, and we are going to say world dot function 147453 underscore f, and this is going to be on our x, our y, our z, old block, like so. We're going to go down 2 more braces, like so, and we are going to say super dot break block, and this is going to be world x, y, z, old block, old metadata, just like so. There we have it. Let's jump in and test her out. And I should have a couple still burning in here, right? Tore them all down except one. You got that one? Let's see it. Booyah! Look at all that stuff just dropping out of there. Super cool. And what did it give us? Did it give us the... it's still dropping those active ones. What's going on with that? You know what? I'm missing a method. I know that I am missing a method. Let me see here. Get icon, get item dropped. On block activated. Display random tick, on block, spy, break block. You know what we're missing? Public item get item. This is going to be world int x and y int z. And we're going to say return item dot get item from block, and this will be neocraft dot idle, our idle version, like so. Let's debug just to, I don't think we'll need to actually debug anywhere beyond this, but we know that 179, at least for me, right, 179 is our idle version, 180 is our other version, so let's put down a burning version. And it's still one of those. What am I doing wrong? We don't want it to do that. Let me poke over the code for a little bit and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so check it out. Down here we just created this get item method, and it had world, int x, int y, int z. But up here we had, where is it, get item dropped, and then we had the world and then the coordinates. And what this actually needs to be in this method is int I, random, and int j. And that should fucking take care of everything. So, get that corrected. Let's jump into Minecraft. We know that 180 is active, 179. You can see that I've been testing this, 179, 180. So we're going to place a 180 on the ground. And we are going to drop it. So there it is. 179 goes up. So drop those two down. There we go. Dropping the right block. Just what we wanted. I'm going to come out here to Pigoo Island because I need some foods. Wait, I could just go to game mode. What am I talking about? Put myself a little back. Extended my little pathway out back here to our little test zone. We're going to be doing a lot of testing out here. I'm excited. Yep. Alright, so, oh, you know what? We need to fix this texture. Let's fix this texture, and then we will be all done. Come back into our little hidey hole. And you know what? I have no idea how to fix this texture. Because this is more or less this right here. Side 0 is icon top. Side 3 is front. But I think I did that and it messed up on me. Let's do this. Let's go into our block furnace. And what method is this? icon, get icon. Not all of these are like properly outlined in here, but icon. It's going to be one of these. So icon, get icon. And this is what? This is going to be side, and this is going to be metadata. So 1 is side, 1 is side, 2 is metadata. We're going to copy that line out of there. I'm going to drop it in here. 1 is side, side, side. 2 is metadata. And so what is N and O? So if this is side 0, or side 1 I think is bottom and side 0 is top, or the other way around, that is going to be this dot icon top, which would leave the other one to be icon front. Right? Because we don't actually declare block icon. We do declare block icon front. So let's do that. Icon front. Is this the same as what we just had? It looks like it, doesn't it? Let's save it and jump in and find out, just to be sure. Yeah, still doing it. Still doing it. And I think when I manually did it, the problem was that it was showing up on both sides. But this is just for the icon. It's not for the actual texturing of the block itself. So that shouldn't matter. Let's see here. So return. Side equals 3. This dot icon front. So we should be able to do that and then close it up down here. And I want to see if this actually jumps out. Am I going to have to, is the debug going to allow this to work? So see there. So that fixes the icons. See if I can duplicate that like last time. If you remember from one of the earlier episodes. I was able to get the front on both sides. Well, I guess not. So let's just call that good. Alright then, that pretty much concludes our furnace episodes. So, don't hesitate to let me know if there's anything that's missing, if you're still having any trouble with it or anything like that. I'm going to actually stop right now and put out an update video for y'all to kind of like outline what my next plans are. So, I bid you adieu. This has been the Custom Furnace series, and it's been a pleasure hanging out with all of you. I love the things that I hear from you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.